agreement, the so-called new NAFTA, gets set to make its way through Congress. Renewed calls today for President Trump to lift Canada and Mexico tariffs, the tariffs on steel and aluminum, and lift them now. Club for Growth President David McIntosh writing about it in the Wall Street Journal. No new NAFTA until tariffs have been lifted. David joins us now. Any traction for this proposal? Because I know these tariffs were seen by many as a negotiating tactic, but I think more people now are seeing them possibly as a new policy.
We're seeing a lot of positive reception up on the Hill for our call to eliminate those tariffs. Now that the president's negotiated this new trade agreement, you know, they're actually a tax on U.S. They cost us about 400,000 jobs in the auto industry, in construction. You know, frankly, kegs of beer cost more because the aluminum that goes into it is more expensive.
Right.
But we're losing those jobs. There's a cost to the Americans. The president asked us, bear with me on that. I want to renegotiate these. Yeah, it might cost you a little bit, but we'll get there.
But they'll go away for Canada and Mexico if I do get the deal. Now, we took our show out to U.S. Steel last week, and I talked to David Burt, the CEO of that company, about this and asked him if the president had given him any assurances maybe that those tariffs, which help his business, would be sticking around. Here's what he said.
We believe this president will not blink. We are confident that he will continue to do this until we get to fair trade. You know, it's not so much about tariffs. It could be quotas. It could be a combination of things. Okay. He is doing the tough things to get people to the table to have a conversation.
Now, he obviously, David, has an interest in all of this. And they've been making a lot of money and wouldn't be otherwise. But the thing he did mention is that, hey, maybe he switches to quotas from tariffs. What about that?
It's the same as a tariff. It raises the cost. American citizens pay it. We lose jobs. We can't make cars that compete around the world. You know, the president's got a new deal. He's said it's a great deal and a very fair deal. And so it makes sense. We want to move to 0-0. That's the goal the president has that we like.
Right. That's what he said. But then he's got a lot of supporters in this particular industry, in the steel industry, in the aluminum industry, on that side of it. And they say, you know what, manufacturing jobs are up. This hasn't really hurt as much. The prices, you know, we can absorb. You've heard the arguments. We can absorb these costs. It's like when Wilbur Ross came out with the soup can and said, well, it's not that much money. And you say it actually is that much money?
It is. But it's competitive. I wouldn't want to be one of those 400,000 people working in the auto industry that get a pink slip. That's not fair to them, just because a steel magnate gets to make a lot of money this year. The best thing for everybody is compete on a level playing field, and the way you do that is the way the president is drive to that 0-0 tariff. And now Congress, it's up to them. They should just insist on it and say, Mr. President, you got to overcome the political pressure from the steel guys. We got to take care of everybody. Let's get rid of those tariffs and we'll approve your new deal.
Interesting piece, David, and we'll obviously, as you say, follow this as it works its way through Congress. Thanks for coming on today.
Great to be with you.
Okay.
Selling access to your mailbox.
What?